Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Not only to those who are here, but I believe there are a lot, no? The great majority of you from this Canossian family are at home watching, no, via social media. And perhaps it is the first time that you celebrate Ash Wednesday in this way. So that when you hear the words that we have just read, to keep secret everything, your prayer, your fasting, and your almsgiving, and I think it's something that you're applying firsthand. Well, these are the three things that we do during the season of Lent, 40 days. And sa Tagalog, ang tawag natin ay Quaresma. Galing to sa Espanyol na Quaresma, na galing sa Latin na Quadragesima, which means 40. Because we're celebrating 40 days of this season of Lent. And for many, it is their favorite season because it really makes them pray much more. So that when you go to church, you would notice that there's a particular reading for each day. And there's a particular prayer. It's not the whole prayer for the week or the one prayer for the whole week, but it's a particular prayer every day. It's like making a retreat for 40 days. But it brings us back to a lot of 40s. Like for example, if we go to the book of Genesis, you have the story of Noah, which I think many of you know very well, even our little ones, mga nasa grade school. What is the story of Noah? That when the world was already evil, a lot are evil, and God would like to save the world. And so it rained. There was that flood that would purify the earth. And it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. And then afterwards, we know of other 40s, like the 40 years in the desert of the Israelites, when they were purified, led by Moses. And at the end of their journey, there's a new generation that was there. So everything was purified. It reminds us also of the 40 of Jesus in the desert. Kaya nga, this coming Sunday, that will be the gospel. The gospel of, according to Mark, the temptation, which actually was in the context of the fasting and praying of Jesus in the desert for 40 days. So we see 40. And in fact, it's very vivid in our minds and still ongoing that we use something similar to this. Halimbawa, ikaw ay nakakontak ng COVID o kaya na-expose ka, where would you be? You would be in quarantine. Quarantine is actually 40. Originally, yung quarantine ay 40 days. Ngayon, mas napaitili na. Why? In order to purify you. And so, what we have right now, the 40 days of Lent, beginning Ash Wednesday and ending with the Easter Triduum, during the Holy Week, you would be experiencing someone to be purified by the Lord. And it's so ironic that when we are purified at the beginning of our journey, we are sprinkled with ashes. So by the way, lahat ng mga nandito sa chapel, they will be receiving the ashes. Not in the same way that we were doing before, that we received them on our foreheads. Now there will be sprinkling. Actually, ito yung dati nang ginagawa sa Italy, halimbawa, yung mga lay people and religious, they are imposed with the ashes in the form of a cross, like what we do here. Tapos yung mga pari, they are sprinkled on the crown of their heads. Na yung gagawin natin ngayon, no? And it's something that's meaningful in that our head, was once anointed with oil, especially at baptism. And the same thing, something that we see in the Bible. When they do penance, they sprinkle their heads with ashes. Ngayon, yung mga nasa bahay, since you were not able to receive ashes, and you are not able to receive it in this Mass, Tapos sasabihin nyo, dapat may ashes, no? Huwag na kayo mag-attempt na magsunog ngayon, no? Baka masunugan pa ng bahay, no? Mag-ingat tayo, no? And just as you receive spiritual communion, ito siguro, just think about the symbol that the others are receiving, yung ashes. Why? And it's the key to that is what the priest says, or one of the two formulas that are said. Ano yung sinabi, no? Sabi ng pari, remember that you are dust, and to dust you shall return. Or, meron din isang formula, yung repent and believe in the gospel, which I will be using. Pero that one, the first one is meaningful. Remember that you are dust, and to dust you shall return. We see our frailty, we see our weakness. Mahina tayo, marupok, no? We're like the palms that have been burned into ashes. And it's a reminder for us, yeah, doon tayo nang galing. If you read the book of Genesis, God took from the dust and made man. Tapos from man, who is from dust, He made woman. And then that's towards where we will end. Ngayon, no, during the pandemic, nauso yung cremation. Normally, we are buried, pero dahil sa mga protocols, there's that cremation. Para nakita ka agad natin, saan tayo kakanto? To ashes. Pero maski hindi natin sunugin, no, yung tao, eventually, we will decay and we will return to ashes, to dust. And that is the first thing. I do not know who of you were teenagers during the 1970s, no? Meron ba dito, no? Or during the 1980s. Ewan ko kung natatanda niyo pa, a singer who died a few years ago, ang pangalan niya ay Rico J. Puno. Natatanda niyo pa ba siya? No? Of course, he had a lot of songs, but you know, he had one song that is a classic. No? Hulaan niyo pa ng song niyo. It's a classic that it's now being sung even in church. Do you know what it is, sisters? Yes, very good. Lupa. Narinig na yung kantang yun? Ha? And it's a beautiful song. No? Baka pwede niyo pakanta kay Brother Wendell mamaya. Wendell. Solo, no? Pero ang ganda ng song, no? Nagmula sa lupa. No? Ano yung susunod? Magbabalik ng pusa. Ang buhay ng sa lupa ay nagmula. Ganda, no? That's our beginning and that's our end. So it's a very moving song. At doon tayo galing, doon tayo patutungo. Pero if you look at the song, no, ang ganda ng pagka-compose. Crescendo siya, no? Una, no, malumanay, no? Nagmula sa lupa, no? Etc. Tapos, bago mo linisin, ang lumis ng iyong kapwa. Tapos, biglang tataas ng konti, no? Kung anong di mo gusto, huwag gawin sa iba, no? Etc. Tapos, nasan yung climax ng song? It is at the refrain. Ano ba yung refrain? Kaya't pilitin mong ika'y magbago. So you see that? Nagmula ka sa lupa, doon ka matutungo. And then, afterwards, sumas ng konti, no? Kung anong di mo gusto, huwag gawin sa iba. Tapos may mga ibang sinabi pa, ibang commandments. So ano yung sinabi nung una? Eto ka. Tapos, eto yung pwede mong gawin. Pagdating sa climax, anong sinabi? Pilitin mo ikay magbago, gawin mo. At yun ang sinasabi sa atin ngayon din. Sasabihin ng pari, remember, you are dust, and to dust you shall return. Tapos ito yung mga dapat mong gawin. Ito yung mga mag-fast tayo, mag-pray tayo, we give alms. Pero ultimately, do it. Pilitin mo ikay magbago. Magbago ka. Meron mga istorya na tungkol kay isang nag-aaral sa Canossa, no? Ang pangalan niya ay Tikboy. No? Meron kay Tikboy na pangalan. Kunyari, nag-aaral siya sa Canossa, no? At itong si Tikboy, medyo paranoid siya, no? Kasi sa lahat ng mga activity niya, kung ano man gawin niya, kung saan man siya pumunta, laging sinasabi sa kanya, Tikboy, magbago ka na. No? dun sa classroom, no? Siguro medyo may pagka-pilyo ito, so napipikon yung ibang mga klase niya. At sinasabi niya, Tikboy, magbago ka na. Tapos yung siga ng school, no? Kukornerin siya, Tikboy, magbago ka na. Yung teacher niya, sabi sa kanya, bumagsak ka na naman, magbago ka na, Tikboy. Pag uwi niya sa bahay, yung nanay niya, tinitingnan yung mga grade niya, Tikboy, bumagsak ka na, magbago ka na. Tapos minsan pinadala siya sa principal's office at sabi ng principal sa kanya, Tikboy, magbago ka na. And so he's discouraged, no? Ano na siya, may depression na siya, no? And he was so sad. And one day, wala na siya magawa, pumunta siya sa isang sulok ng school at umiiyak siya. Tapos may nakakita sa kanya, yung kaibigan niya. Tinanong, Tikboy, anong nangyayari sa'yo? No? At kinuwento ni Tikboy, lahat ng mga namimit ko, sinasabi sa akin, magbago na ako, pero hindi ako nagbabago, sabi niya. At yung kaibigan niya, nang nilagay niya yung arm niya dun sa shoulder ni Tikboy. Kasi ni Tikboy, parang hindi na ma-stress, no? Tikboy, huwag kang magbago. Sabi niya, huwag kang magbago. Ako'y kaibigan mo. I love you just the way you are. Sabi niya. And you know what happened? Pagkatapos nung nagbago si Tikboy. Why? Because he felt that intimacy. He felt that love. You know, itong Lenten season natin na ito yung mangyayari. No? We're called to do many things. Our duties. To go for Mass during Sundays. No? For those of you who are allowed to go, no? And then to do your work in school, yung mga teachers, yung mga employees, yung mga mga estudyante, yung kailangan yung gawin. Do your duties, no? And we're called upon the church to fast, no? Ano ba yung fasting, no? From 18 to 59 years old, no? Na you eat one full meal a day, yung Ash Wednesday at Good Friday, and then the Ash Wednesday, the Fridays of Lent, yung abstinence, 14 and above. So 14 and above. So yun, we're called to do that. We're invited to do almsgiving. At kung nagdarasal ka, magdasal ka na mas taimtim. Pero we do this with joy. No? Sabi nga dito sa ating pagbasa, no? Do not put on gloomy faces. Ngayon, hindi ko nakikita, no, yung mga nandito sa portion, nandyan, hindi ko nakikita yung mga nanonood from social media. Hindi ko nakikita kung sila'y nakangiti o sila'y nakasimangot, no? Dahil naka-face mask sila, no? At siguro dahil nagpa-fasting sila, sister, no? Sakit ng tiyan ko, no? Tapos, parang nakasimangot na, no? Actually, tinutukoy ng Panginoon. Kasi yung fasting sa kanila matindi, hindi lang yung tulad ng atin na twice a year lang. Alam ba yung mga Muslim, alam nyo parang kailan sila nagpa-fast? Sa Ramadan, no? Which is quite long, no? I don't know how many days. I think it's also almost a month. At yung Ramadan, no? When they fast, they do not eat anything from sunrise to sunset. They do not take anything. So, bawal kumain, bawal uminom, bawal lumalon ng laway from sunrise to sunset. So, ang hirap nun. Pero pagka sunset, okay na. No? So, fiestahan na naman sila. Pero my point is, mahirap yung ginagawa nila. No? At dahil sa hirap nun, they put on long faces kasi ang sakit, no? Ang hirap. Pero yung mga ng Panginoon, na when you fast, do it in secret. Do not put on gloomy faces. No? Act normal. No? And why? Bakit sinabi niya yun? Nandun din sa pagbasa natin, it is your Father who will see you. When you fast, when you do sacrifices during the period of Lent, when you pray, when you give alms, when you do charity. In fact, in alms nga, no, it's not only giving money to the poor. It's giving what you have to those who are in need. Sa pamilya nyo, yung mga nasa bahay ngayon, sino yung nangangailangan sa pamilya ninyo? Give them something that you could give. Maybe your time, maybe your talent, no? Yung kapatid mo, baka kailangan ka niya. Yung mga magulang mo, baka kailangan nilang tulong mamaya. When they prepare something or when they need to do the chores. That's almsgiving. That's also sacrifice. And so there are many things that we do. Pero babalik ako dun sa sinabi natin, no? Yung kay Tikboy, no? We will change. Kailangan natin magbago. Pero magbabago tayo, not because we are forced to do so. Alam ko magbabago tayo ngayon din if we become closer to Jesus. He is the one who will accompany us. Kung yung pagbabago mo, no, inaasam-asam ng marami ngayon, you can really change. Be close to Jesus. Look for that time and place during the day, within these 40 days, when you can call upon Him. Pag meron kang makita online, Way of the Cross, sumama ka, panoorin mo. Look for movies that will make you closer to Jesus. Tanungin niyo yung mga magulang yun. Mami, Daddy, ano ba yung magandang panoorin na movie about Jesus? No? You ask the sisters, ano yung pwede mong gawin ngayon in order to become closer to God? And being closer to God, I know we will change. Let this Lenten season truly be a time of purification. Kaya yung mga nandito, no, if you have that chance, no, to spend some time in the chapel whenever you come to the school, please do so. Yung mga may chance na yung makapag-kumpisal, please go for confessions. I do not know if the sisters will be giving that chance for our staff here, no, in the near future during the Lenten season. But take advantage of that. Kasi yun ang concern natin, that we become closer to Jesus. I usually end the homily, no, asking those who are going for Holy Mass to close their eyes. Tapos bigla akong may ipa-flash sa screen. At ano yung naka-flash sa screen? I'll just say it to you. Ito yung naka-flash sa screen, no? Today is the first day of the rest of your lives. It is the first day of Lent. But if you decide to change, this is the time of decision. The first day for the rest of your lives. May you have a fruitful Lenten season. God bless you.